Hey friends, and welcome back to the Tozy channel for more BTS, and we have a normal music video because BTS love us. They love us. They love us more than other people. We could list everyone in our lives, and above so very many of them, we're going to put BTS for loving us and treating us well, and they thought that we deserved a normal music video. And I agree. Let's get into it. Hey. I love everyone calling this Lamron. That was great. Oh. I was expecting the explicit version. Amazing. So we have an extension of the BU. Thanks, Celine's model. Oh, isn't this interesting?
You think that I was built to the hard metal still. Now I understand the truth, some pain don't heal. If everything's just happy, that ain't real. That ain't real. I read everything I like 1,000 times. No more than special, they are just some lies. One deep side that it slips away, fades away. What I try to keep, never want to stay. Run away, pushing me, pulling me. Said you wanted all of me, but what is even all of me?
Marie Antoinette on that cake.
Part of me, starting me, heard the things they calling me. What the hell you want from me?
And let them eat cake.
Got me feeling things so unusual, and I live in more. Got me at my feelings about on this wall, and my knees is kerosene for me, can be counting views, fantasy and fame.
I mean, it's a cool music video no matter what, but if you know the BU, it's significant. Oh, that's so goofy. Oh, beats. I want to know what all the different dog breeds mean. What are you trying to tell us with your dog breeds? Sugar just looks annoyed by them all, like, hey, cut it out. The fact of the matter is, we've seen that music video before. Like, almost shot for shot, but spiritually we have seen that before. The house parties and then the cuts to each of them individually and lonely and battling their own demons and their own circumstances in so many of the early stuff that fits into the BU. I think I said just before Arirang, or when Arirang came out, it just happened to be, I was in Japan when Arirang came out, and MTV, I think, in Japan played, like, did a marathon of all of BTS's music videos. And I sat there like this, just watching everything back to back. So all of this is very fresh in my mind, and the choice to have a similar music video that we've seen before from the early days in the BU, but now it's in a chateau in France and it is the struggle kind of continues. Like previously it was a story about sort of misspent youth and coming up from the streets, and they're all on train tracks and they're on pretty rundown, they're in like pretty rundown houses, or they're gathering around a fire, a campfire, like out in the middle of nowhere, or they're playing in broken down empty swimming pools or whatever. Like it's all a bit grimy and difficult and really street level. And now we're in something elevated in a beautiful chateau, but a chateau that's kind of going to ruin a little bit. It's not in very good condition. And they're surrounded by opulence and by cake and this sort of let them eat cake thing. And instead of them drinking beer out of the can or out of a plastic cup, it's now champagne and wine out of crystal. And we have the result of success around them and where they are in life now. But there's the phrase, little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. Like, you never, wherever you go, there you are. You never outrun problems. You can never get wealthy enough, famous enough, successful enough to outrun an issue. New issues arise, or old ones follow you. And it's still a story of having to battle a certain amount of demons. It just, now it's happening in a beautiful environment. Now it's happening surrounded by wealth and opulence and privilege and the result of their hard work. But it doesn't mean that they're just, life is easy, because that's not how life works. And that's an interesting, smart observation of, if you thought that the BU has ended, that the story has finished because we're successful now, and so we're all just sitting pretty and have no problems, you're wrong. The same thing happens again. The same battle is still being fought, just on a prettier battleground. That's some pretty amazing commentary, and sticking a swan in there as well. A white swan is an extra level of acknowledging that they've come so far, they've got so much success, they're doing very well in life, but nobody's life comes without issue. Nobody's. And there it still is. Whether they're on the other side of that issue or what, like, take V with like the beaten up face, because I think he fought back, he beat someone up, like in self-defense, but he beat someone else up originally and now he's being beaten up. But whatever, they're all reflections of their own story. Like RM was filling up other people's petrol at a petrol station and working at the petrol station, and it looked like he was standing in a garage with like beautiful vintage cars. That time it was only sort of in a little bit of the screen, but kind of saying, I'm no longer filling up the fuel, now I own the opulent vintage car. But that doesn't mean that they're not faced with challenge that goes along with it, and that all wounds have healed just because there's been time and there's been success in between these two stories. Smart. The director of that must have watched every detail of those old school or OG music videos to then make a reflective version of that, and clearly filmed in France, and the little Marie Antoinette cake and everything like that. It's sort of all nods to that. Well, thanks. Thanks, BTS. Thanks for feeding us. Thank you so much for joining me for more BTS. 감사합니다. 사랑해요, and I will see you soon for more. 안녕.